This is the BMW 333i, not an M3, not an M325i, not some aftermarket Frankenstein build. No, this was a real factory-built performance car that you could only get in South Africa, and chances are you've never even heard of it, which is a shame, because this car, it was mental. Back in the 1980s, South Africa had a very strange problem. People wanted fast cars, but international sanctions and import laws meant manufacturers couldn't just send over whatever they wanted. Everything had to be built locally, or not at all. So when BMW wanted to sell the iconic E30 M3, there was a slight issue. The M3 only came in left-hand drive, and South Africa, very much right-hand drive. So instead of just giving up, BMW South Africa did something outrageous. They rang up the lunatics at BMW Motorsport and said, "If we can't have your M3, we'll just build our own." And oh, did they? They started with a regular E30 shell, basic, humble, unassuming, and then they stuffed in a 3.2-liter inline-six engine from a 7 Series. Yes, a 7 Series engine in an E30. It made 197 horsepower and nearly 300 Newton-meters of torque, which, in 1985, was bordering on supercar levels, 0 to 100 in about 7 seconds. Top speed, over 220 km/h. But this wasn't just an engine swap. It came with Bilstein suspension, ventilated discs, a limited slip diff, and a dogleg 5-speed gearbox. The seats were proper Reccaros, the wheels were BBS, and the steering, sharper than most modern BMWs with a dozen computers doing the job. And because the engine bay was so crammed, you had to make a choice. Either have air conditioning or a radio. Not both. There simply wasn't space. But the real kicker, this wasn't a tuner car. This was built by BMW in Rosslyn, Pretoria, with official factory support, official VINs, and official madness. Between 1985 and 1987, just 204 of them were made. That's rarer than most M1s, rarer than a Ferrari F40, and rarer than common sense in a modified E46. And they were never exported. No US versions, no UK press cars, no glossy magazine covers, just 204 cars, built for a country at the bottom of the world that wanted its own taste of motorsport glory. And here's the best part. Some say it was faster than the E30 M3. Now, officially, the M3 was a better balanced car. It had lighter weight, better aerodynamics, and was designed from the ground up to dominate touring cars. But in a straight line, the 333, I could take it. That big 6-cylinder had torque the M3 could only dream of. And on South African roads, where high-speed overtakes were more common than corner carving, that torque made a difference. It wasn't as sharp, but it was louder, meaner, and felt a bit more brutal. And maybe that's why the 333 I never became a global legend. It didn't win races, it didn't star in movies, it didn't have a Nürburgring lap time plastered on a spec sheet. It was just a raw, fast, mechanical beast, built for people who actually cared about driving. In today's world of touchscreen M4s, artificial engine sounds, and drift modes programmed by marketing teams, the 333i feels like a weapon from a forgotten age. It had no traction control, no driving modes, no fake pops and bangs, just a big engine, a small car, and a massive grin every time you press the throttle. And the fact that it was made in South Africa by South Africans makes it even cooler, because this wasn't just about power, it was about pride, about saying, we can build something just as good, maybe better, than the Germans themselves. Today, If you find a clean 333i, you're looking at collector gold. Prices are rising, parts are rare, and most people still have no idea what it is, which is why it's one of the best-kept secrets in BMW's entire history. A car born out of necessity, turned into a weapon, and then quietly forgotten. But not here. At Driven by Craden, we tell the stories of cars like this. The ones that never got the spotlight. The ones Clarkson never reviewed. The ones you probably won't see at your local car meet. But that absolutely deserve to be remembered. Subscribe for more forgotten monsters, JDM legends, obscure icons, and the loudest stories in automotive history. Because history should be loud.